Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Carolina Panthers Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram, coming at you here once again on the U to the Tube. So, just wanted to make a quick video. There are a few updates going on with the Carolina Panthers roster, so let's dive into it. So, punter Ryan Winslow has officially been signed to the active roster. So, not too surprised there, being that Joseph Charlton is on IR. And, the fact that he's having a back injury, even after the 3 weeks or so, depending on the severity of this injury, he could be out longer. So, I do understand them making the decision, bring in Winslow, put him on the active roster. He's our punter now. So, totally agree. They have also put wide receiver Brandon Zylstra on injured reserve. That kind of surprised me. Apparently, he suffered a hamstring injury this past Sunday, even though he did play in the second half. But it looks like it's gotten to the point where it's, I guess, bad enough for them to be put on injured reserve. After all, Christian McCaffrey, he's got a hamstring injury. Wow, what the heck is with all the hamstring injuries? The heck? That's a bummer. Just seems like a really bad trend going on right now. Because I think there's some other players out in there in the league that are dealing with hamstring injuries. So, wow, that must be the common bad injury of this season so far is the hammy. Not good. Not good. And another piece of news is Panthers have also brought back running back Reggie Bonnafon to the practice squad. Now, Reggie Bonnafon, he's kind of had injury issues. He hasn't really been able to stay healthy, but I will say this. The times that he has played for the Panthers, he has done pretty well. He hasn't played a whole lot, but when he has played, he's done pretty well. So, I like Reggie Bonnafon personally, but there's the question of his health. But it does make me wonder, what his condition is now, being that he's been brought back to the practice squad. So, I don't know. Maybe it's something that they'll take note of. Right now, it seems like they're fine going with the rotation of Chuba Hubbard and Royce Freeman. But who knows? We could see them put another running back into the mix. I want to say I thought Spencer Brown was somebody that they called up to the main roster, but it looks like right now it's been mainly Royce Freeman and Chuba Hubbard, although we did let go of Rodney Smith, so Reggie Bonnafon could be that Rodney Smith replacement, so there's that. But, that's pretty much all that has been going on today. So, Ryan Winslow's our punter for now. Reggie Bonnafon back to the practice squad. And wide receiver Brandon Zylstra, who's showed a couple of flashes this season, mainly known for a special teams player, but he's grabbed 8 catches for 139 yards and a touchdown. So, shown a little bit there. But he's on IR now. So, just the injuries are just piling up. Just really piling up. And then, like I said, I'm hoping that Stephon Gilmore will be able to practice this week. Do I think he'll be ready for the Giants on Sunday? I doubt it. I'm not going to say no. It'd be nice, but I doubt it. So, if anything, I think he'll probably be ready to go by the Falcons game. Maybe the Falcons game. I could see him playing in the Falcons game. But this Sunday, I doubt it. Only because I feel like it's too early. I feel like it's too early, but you never know. You never know. I hope I'm wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see Stephon Gilmore out there. I think it'd be a nice boost to the secondary. But if anything, I just really feel like the biggest blow to the defense so far was losing Shaq Thompson. I really felt like that hurt the defense quite a bit, just as a whole. But like I said, I'm hoping this team can bounce back. I know the D line hasn't really been able to get good pressure. We've had another game, this past game against the Vikings, with no sacks. So hopefully that's something that they rectify, because, we got, on paper, we got a good D line. Hassan Reddick, Brian Burns have been playing well, but they've hit a wall. They've hit a brick wall. Derek Brown, Daquan Jones. I mean, we got a good squad on the D line. They just hit a brick wall right now. I mean, the run game has suffered. Haven't been able to get pressure on the quarterback. So they just got to regroup, and hopefully they'll be able to regroup. I look at. I want to also say this. I want to take time to say this, because, of course, I watch other Panther podcast channels, and not only that, I follow the Twitter and the Facebook for Carolina Panthers, and just like I said, there's a lot of fans out there that just have given up. Let me tell y'all a story. Let me tell y'all a story that I feel will kind of help put this in perspective. So, a lot of y'all that have watched my content here on YouTube, I don't just cover Carolina Panthers. I cover pro wrestling. I stream video games as well. I talk anime, stuff like that. So most of y'all know by now, who have followed me ever since the beginning, know I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I've been a pro wrestling fan since I was a kid. So, the WCW years, a little bit of the NWA, WWF before it became WWE, the Attitude Era, like all of those, ECW, big into that. Still a fan to this day. Now, I'm not particularly a specific mark for a promotion. For me, it's all about the pro wrestlers. I like supporting my favorite pro wrestlers, regardless of what promotion they're at. For example, Cedric Alexander. Do y'all know Cedric Alexander? He is from Charlotte, North Carolina. So he's a North Carolinian, just like me. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina. Cedric Alexander is currently employed with the WWE. And he's had some excellent matches. Came in through the Cruiserweight Classic, a former Cruiserweight champion, former Raw Tag Team champion. And, I've followed the guy ever since ROH. And even back when he was doing a lot of indie shows as well. Cedric Alexander is a well-known name, especially coming out of North Carolina, which, there's a lot of pro wrestling history from North Carolina. Now, lately, Cedric Alexander has not been booked very well in the WWE, especially within the last year or so. I mean, ever since, honestly, I feel like the last time that he was booked well was when he was Raw Tag Team Champion in the Hurt Business, which I know the Hurt Business is back now, but it's not really the same. And it really doesn't compare to, his Cruiserweight Championship run and all the stuff that he's done in the Cruiserweight Classic. And it's gotten to the point where the product in WWE, especially with what's been going on the main roster, like Raw, SmackDown, especially Raw, And even like some of the pay-per-views, the product has not been good. The booking has been trash. It hasn't been good. And there's plenty of reason for me to stop watching WWE. Plenty of reason. But I still support my favorite wrestlers on these promotions, even if they just aren't being booked properly. It sucks. And I wish the best for them. And do I complain? Yeah, I complain. I do. But I give them my attention. You know, whenever I can get merchandise, I get merchandise. I still show my support for those wrestlers. Regardless, if they're not happy in that particular promotion, I will cheer for them as best as I can, and I hope that they do get to where they want to be. Because I can imagine that it's hard. I can imagine that it's hard. So, a lot of people may think, man, you're crazy for still watching WWE and such. For me, it's all about supporting the wrestlers, especially my favorite wrestlers. Like, if Asuka was in just some rundown indie promotion, I'm still going to show my support for her. Still going to show my support for her. And then this goes for any of my favorite wrestlers. Because there's some, like, I would love to see Cedric Alexander in AEW. I would love to see him out of WWE. But hey, if he's happy where he's at, so be it. I'm happy for him. And that goes for anybody else as well. But the point that I'm trying to make is this. I know it's been hard. I know it's been frustrating so far this season. Won 3 straight and then lost 3 straight. Does it look good? No. But we cannot give up on this team. We can't. We just can't. If you're a diehard fan, especially if you're a diehard fan, don't give up on this team. Don't give up on this team. I know it looks bad. There's some argument whether there's plenty of reason to give up or not, but don't give up on this team. It's gotta be to the point where we gotta get back into supporting our team through the good and through the bad. Because, unfortunately, there are too many fair weather fans out there. There's too many of them out there. There's so many out there. For example, we saw those fair weather fans when Cam Newton was playing and balling and helped lead us to a Super Bowl and was dabbing and handing out footballs. But then, now that he's gone, now that he's not there, like, where did those fans go? I bet you most of those fans weren't there for Kyle Allen or for Sam Darnold or for Teddy Bridgewater. I'm just calling it like I see it. Come on. We went through seasons with dang on Jimmy Clausen and Matt Moore. And David Carr and Vinny Testaverde and Rodney Peete. Like, there are times where it was just really Chris Winkie. There are times when it was bad, real bad. But yet, here I am still, repping this. I get the frustrations and all. Do we deserve better? Sure. But we gotta see how this thing plays out ultimately. And like I said, we're not out of it yet. We're not officially out of it yet. All I'm saying is don't be so quick to hit the panic / it's over button when it is nowhere near that. It's nowhere near that. All I'm saying is, What if we actually get back on track starting this Sunday? And who knows what that can turn into? Like I said, for Matt Rule, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Hey, he brought it in the press conference. We're going to do this, this, and that. We're not going to turn the ball over. We're going to run the ball. We're going to protect Sam. There was a lot of emphasis on that. So I'm expecting him to do whatever means necessary, whatever changes that's going to translate to that. That is my expectation. That's my expectation. Now, was he kind of did he kind of give away the plan, so to speak? Yeah, seems like it. But with what Matt Rule is saying, I am holding him responsible to help deliver on that. So therefore, that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see that immediately, as early as this Sunday's game against the Giants. And then if that doesn't happen, then it's time to put eyes on Mr. Tepper. Because now Mr. Tepper is not doing his part in really lighting a fire into this organization and staff. Now, is it possible that there could be some things said behind closed doors? Sure, there's always that possibility. But, if all this is being said and, there's no work being done and there's no changes being made, then I might have to look at Mr. Tepper. Because Mr. Tepper was very well invested in this, being the contract, the 7-year contract he gave to Matt Rule and the coaching staff that came along with him. Another thing to ask, is Matt Rule in danger of being Chip Kelly 2.0? Because that's also a possibility. That's also a possibility. And I'll go ahead and bring this up because I've been hearing a lot of this and just want to get y'all's thoughts on this. I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out there. Are y'all sick and tired of Sam Darnold to the point where you would be willing to bring back Cam Newton? Now, y'all already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say personally it doesn't matter to me because if the O-line doesn't change, then it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. But what do y'all think? I mean, the Seahawks have already kind of put their eyes on Cam Newton as a prospect. What do you think? Should Carolina do the same thing? Should they consider bringing back Cam Newton? What y'all think about that? Because like I said, I'm okay with or without him. I mean, if he comes back, great. I mean, I don't hate the guy. I mean, shoot, I love Cam Newton. He's our only MVP in franchise history. Come on now. I have nothing but love and respect for Cam Newton. But whether he comes back or not, that O-line ain't fixed. It ain't going to matter. So that's all I really have to say about that. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. Do you like punter Ryan Winslow? How do you feel about Brandon Zylstra being put on IR? What do you think about them bringing back running back Reggie Bonnafon to the practice squad? Do you think Stephon Gilmore practices or even perhaps plays this Sunday? If not, when do you think Stephon Gilmore will get to see action? How do y'all feel about Cam Newton coming back? Or the possibility, the idea, should Carolina attempt to pursue to bring back Cam Newton? Let me know what y'all think. Lay it on me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I love y'all. Blitzball champ Jason Ingram here with another Carolina Panthers talk. Hope y'all have a blessed evening. I'll see y'all soon. Take care.